Okay, good evening. Welcome to
MinuteMath61.
MinuteMath61. This is a neat problem. It's also, I think, the problem from the MAA's MinuteMath blog that we've done that has the lowest percent of people getting it right. Only 3% got this one right.
Whoa.
Whoa. And here's the problem. Harold tosses a coin 4 times. What is the probability that he gets at least as many heads as tails?
So, like, 2 heads and 2 tails are up.
Or up, yeah. So there's a lot to this one, and we have not talked very much about probability. So,
No.
how do you want to think about this problem?
We could write down the outcomes.
Okay. We could write down the outcomes. How many outcomes are there if you flip a coin 4 times?
You could get all tails and 1 head.
Okay.
2 tails and 2 heads.
Yeah.
3 heads and a tail.
Yeah.
And 4 heads.
Okay. So, possibilities. 4 heads. Head. 1 tail. 3 heads. 2 tails. 2 heads.
Does head, tail count as something different?
Yeah, it does.
Ooh.
Okay, so these are the different ones you can get, and the order will matter here. So you can get 4 tails, 3 tails and a head, 2 tails, 2 heads, 1 tail, 3 heads, and 4 heads. And the question is, but there's lots of different ways you can get this. Instead of getting tail, head, you could get tail, head, for example.
Yeah.
So we have to figure out, first of all, the total number of ways this could happen. Do you know how to do that?
No.
No? Well, how many possibilities can you get each time you flip the coin?
You can get 2 possibilities each time.
So you get 2 possibilities each time. Head or tail, and then that's going to split head, tail, all the way down. So after 1 flip, you have 2 possibilities. After 2 flips, how many possibilities do you have?
4.
4. It could be head, tail, head, tail. After 3 flips, how many do you think you're going to have?
8.
8. These will branch. And
I know
after
2.
4 flips, how many are you going to have?
16.
16. So there's 16 possibilities. Okay? So there's 16 total possibilities. Now, how many ways are there to get all tails?
There's just 1 way.
There's just 1 way, getting all tails all the time. How many ways to get all heads?
Just 1 way.
Just 1 way. Okay? Now, interesting thing is, what are our choices that have at least as many heads as tails?
It's this one.
This one works?
This one.
This one works?
And that one.
And that one works. So the bad ones are just this one and this one?
These don't count.
So why don't we count the number of bad ones and then subtract from 16?
Okay.
And then we'll figure out, that'll tell us how many good ones there are, right?
Yep.
Okay, so how many ways are there to get 3 tails and 1 head? That's the tricky question.
You can get head, tail.
Head, tail.
Tail, head, tail.
Tail, head, tail.
Tail, head, tail.
Tail, head, tail.
And tail, head.
Tail, head. So the only thing is you just got to pick, when there's only 1 heads, you just have to pick where it is. On the first flip, second flip, third flip, or fourth flip. So how many ways are there here?
There's 4.
There's 4 bad ways. So there's 16 total ways, and how many bad ways are there?
There's 5.
5 bad ways. 4 of this way and 1 of this way. So how many good ways must there be?
There's 11.
There's 11. So we don't know how many of this one and this one there are, but since we know the total is 16 and we know the bad ones are 5, there's 11 out of 16 are good. So what is the probability of getting at least as many heads as tails?
11/16.
11/16.
It's more than a half.
It is more than a half. It is more than a half. You're absolutely right. All right, good job. Good job.